Hey there, Jared James here, and I want to start off by saying thank you so much. Welcome to our site, and thank you for taking the opportunity, if you're watching this video, to be considering our one-on-one coaching. There are so many options out there, so many coaches, so many programs, so I want to just tell you what's different about me, what's different about our company overall. Please just make sure you watch this whole video. It's going to give you a real overview of whether you should be considering us or not, okay? So the first thing that I think really separates myself is that I've actually sold a ton of real estate. You know, I've sat across the dining room table. I understand, what it's like to have a script or have a dialogue and they don't say what they're supposed to say next. Like, I understand the reality of what that means. And what separates us as a company as a whole from so many other places in this business is that we're not ideological. We don't allow our coaches to be ideological. We don't allow our director, myself. I'm a big believer that we marry the principle, but we date the model, okay? And what does that mean? I've been in this business a long time. I was my mother's unpaid assistant for many years, and there are principles that remain true forever. Getting in front of somebody with what you have that they need before somebody else does is a principle that remains true forever. The strategy, the model of how you get in front of them has absolutely changed, okay? And so as a program, we don't just teach referrals or prospecting or some other thing and then still be teaching the exact same things 35 years later, because consumer behavior changes. And so we do not allow ourselves to become ideological. These strategies we're teaching you right now may change 12 months from now, because all we care about is where people are and that you're following the right strategy. Marry the principle, date the model. That's something that we really believe in. I really believe that when you look at this industry as a whole, with 87% of all agents failing in the first 5 years, we all know that a certain number of them are supposed to fail. They don't belong in the business. They don't have an entrepreneurial nature. They don't have anything like that. But I think a lot of people fail because we go through hours and hours of real estate classes that teach us how to pass a course, but not how to actually run a business, not how to actually know your numbers and get the infrastructure in place. And so we're not really trained. And then we jump into an office and we go talk to the top producer and they say, basically, talk to all your friends and family. And all that stuff's great, but there is a climax that you will hit running a business in that way. And I think that if you're in this business, it's not just about doing well. It's about reaching your fullest potential. We all have completely different potentials, and some of you are here right now, and you're failing because you should be here. And everyone's completely different. And one of the things we try to do is diagnose what that is, give you the right infrastructure to ultimately get to the place that you belong. We understand that there is a huge difference between training and coaching, okay? Training is the actual how-tos. It's what you watch my YouTube videos for. It's what you go to a seminar that I do for. Coaching includes that training, but now there's that accountability, okay? Coaching and actually succeeding from coaching has everything to do with committing to the unsexy, committing to the things that you know that you don't want to do, committing to the things that you watch and you get excited about. You're like, yes, I need to do that. I need to know my numbers. I need to start running this like a business. I need to have infrastructure. I need to have systems. I need to start delegating. I need to do all these things. But you know that when you get into the craziness of your life, what ultimately happens is that every day you turn into a full-time firefighter or customer service rep, because you just start handling the things that come up every single day that don't ultimately get you to your highest potential. It's really crazy that, we're a business where if you're technically successful and you do what you're taught to do when you get into an office, you will hit a point where you basically build a prison around yourself, and you don't know how to grow from there because you don't see the example of how you grow from there. And that's really what we get to do, is we have the vantage point of students all over North America, and we show you how that's actually done, okay? Coaching is not, to be very clear, it's not a magic bullet, okay? Coaching is not the thing, I'm struggling, so let me just join coaching and this will happen. Coaching is not an overnight thing, and I don't want it to be an overnight thing. I believe that anything can be built overnight can be torn down overnight, okay? And so we're trying to actually build something with you from an infrastructure perspective that creates a predictable business and also creates the type of lifestyle that you want that goes on far beyond, many years beyond when you're with us or you're not with us anymore, because you actually built the infrastructure. And there are 4 phases that we follow whenever we bring on a new student, okay? So here's the 4 phases. Number one, we set the foundation. Okay, so number one is foundation. And foundation means that we're actually looking at the activities that you need to be doing every day. We're actually looking at the skill set that you in particular, this is one-on-one coaching, everybody's different, the skill set that you still need to get to the place that you need to in order to fulfill your greatest potential. We do things like we look at your budget. And many times we're able to save you more money than you're actually going to spend on coaching because we're able to find all sorts of things that you're spending money on that are not necessary. You know, I always say doing the right thing at the wrong time is still the wrong thing. And how many times have you or anyone else who's watching or, ever gone out and bought products, bought services, did these kinds of things because they were great products, great services, but you weren't actually ready for them. And so ultimately you look at your credit card statement and you've got month after month after month of payments for things you're not even using. And so we believe doing the right thing at the wrong time is still the wrong thing. And so we're going to look at that. That's one of the first things that we do. The second phase is what we call elimination, okay? And in this phase, we're going to actually look at bad habits that need to be eliminated, because you know that we have them, we all have them. We're going to basically create your ideal day. What is it that you should be doing every single day? What are your BUTs? What are your best uses of time? What are your KPIs, your key performance indicators? These are the types of things that you're going to start hearing from your coach on a regular basis to make sure that you are focused on your key performance indicators, the things that actually create business, not just manage it. Think about it. Most of your day is spent doing customer service, but customer service means that they're already a customer, which means you've already made money on them. So what are your actual KPIs? We're going to focus on those. The third phase is what's called optimization. Okay? When you look at the number of hours that we spend every single day eating, sleeping, doing things that just don't bring any kind of return, one of the things we're going to try to do is we're going to try to regain several hours in your day. Okay? And the point in that is really not just to help you make more money, it's to help you increase your quality of life, which is really what matters. Coaching isn't just about making more money, it's about increasing the quality of your life, not building that prison around yourself, okay? We're gonna show you how to delegate. If you wanna grow, you have to let go. Now, I'm gonna say that again. If you wanna grow, you have to let go. And here's the funny thing about this industry is that the very personality type that it takes to get to a certain level, that whatever it takes mentality, that drive, that hustle, that say yes, figure out how later, is the very personality type that will keep you from going from here to here. Okay? And so ultimately we're going to work with you to teach you how to start to delegate, because any activity that you're involved in where you being involved does not change the outcome is not an activity you should be involved in. Okay? Paperwork, you doing it or someone else doing it, does not change the outcome. Okay? And so we're going to start to look at things and say, if you being involved does not change the outcome, we're going to start to look for ways to delegate and replace yourself in there, because quality of life ultimately matters. And now you're able to take that time and either do other things within your life, or you're able to do things like KPIs, key performance indicators. And the fourth stage that we're going to focus on is execution. Okay? Now, execution is all that matters. We have these little wallpapers we do. One says ideas are crap, execution is all that matters. All that matters is what you're actually doing every day. Here's what I know. Thinking of running has never burned 1 calorie in my body. Okay? I know that having an idea has never once put $1 in my bank account. Okay? Execution is all that matters. And that's what your coach is going to be doing with you once you go through that first stage and you've set your plan and you have your blueprint for what you're going to be doing based on where you want to go, is now we're going to commit to the unsexy. And we're going to hold you accountable to do the things that we know you need to be doing on a daily basis. Not just for a week or two, not just for 6 months, but from now on. So what do I want from you? I want you to stop thinking about it, and I want you to get off the fence. If you're watching this, that means there's some interest. That means you've seen someone else have success. That means that there's this urge inside of you. You know it's just about time, but you're not really sure. You need to get off the fence. Watching this video will not change your business. Getting one of our coaches will change your business. And what I want you to do is I want you to join the thousands of other people from all over North America, some of the top teams, top agents, top individuals, top brokerages, all of these things. I want you to actually be able to take advantage of what they already know, which is that this will work for you. Now, are you going to have to invest? Yes. Okay, there is a cost to doing business. There's also a big difference between cost versus value. Okay, cost is what I spend on my kids' Christmas gifts. Value is always what I get in return. They are two completely different things. And so what I want you to do is I want you to make the mental mind shift from how much I'm going to spend on coaching to how much right now, loss aversion, I am losing by not being in coaching. How much am I losing right now by not following through with those activities that I know that I should be doing? How much am I losing right now by not delegating properly, having the right infrastructure, having the right systems? Like, how many of you watching me right now, if I could see you and say, raise your hand, would say, I know that I am leaving money on the table? You know it's true. And so we want to help you with that, but also from a lifestyle perspective, what I want for you is I want this moment that you're watching this video, whether you're watching on your phone, you're watching on your computer, no matter where it is, I want this to be the moment when things change for you. And you say, enough, I'm going to actually get some help here, I'm going to get accountability, and I'm going to go to the place that I ultimately belong at, because I think one of the greatest shames that we can ever have on this earth is not reaching our highest potential. It's not doing the most with what we were given, okay? So fill out the button below. There's a button where you can actually fill out and get a free coaching strategy session. Either our director or somebody from our organization will be in touch with you right away. There's absolutely no obligation. We're going to talk to you to see if you're a good fit for us and if we're a good fit for you. But I hope we get the chance to help you. Sincerely, I really do. If you do, make sure you send me a message. Let me know. I'll talk to you soon.